the 5 stages on the journey to becoming a real trader. Have you ever asked yourself, why is it that two people start in the same market? One builds wealth quickly, while the other blows up their account in just a few months. The truth is, trading isn't just about winning or losing. It's a journey almost every trader has to walk through, full of excitement, pain, confusion, and if you don't quit halfway, you eventually reach a place of calm and clarity. On that journey, most traders go through 5 stages of evolution. Once you understand these 5 stages, you'll start to see yourself clearly, know exactly where you are, and what needs to change to move to the next level. Stage 1. The unconscious gambler, unconscious incompetence. Do you remember the first time you discovered financial markets? Maybe it was a friend bragging about doubling their crypto account, someone flexing a few $1,000s from one gold trade, or an article about a stock market millionaire who made it in a few months. You listened to those stories and thought, if they can do it, I can do it too. So, you funded your first trading account. That first trade felt intense. Your heart was racing, your hands were shaking, and in your mind, you could already see your rich future. You thought, trading is just buy low, sell high. How hard can it be? Then the market gave you your first real lesson. You watched those green and red candles fly up and down, and you didn't really know what you were doing. You bought because the price ticked up a little. Right after that, it dumped. You panicked, flipped to a sell, and then price ripped in the opposite direction. A vicious cycle began. You buy and lose, sell and lose. Your emotions are stretched like a guitar string, at times euphoric, at times devastated, sometimes telling yourself, next time, I'll get it right. Then you start martingale style doubling up, increasing your position size on the next trade to make it back. Sometimes, by sheer luck, you recover your losses. But just one big mistake wipes out everything you've built, your balance and your confidence. That is the trap of stage 1. You don't know that you don't know. You think you're in control of the market, but in reality, the market is controlling your emotions. Most traders at this stage suffer from the same disease, trading addiction. You sit in front of the screen, watching price tick up and down, and if you're not in a trade, you feel itchy, uncomfortable. You're terrified of missing the big move, so you enter trade after trade with no plan, no rules, just emotion. The result? Your equity curve trends down. At first you lose a little, then more and more. Occasional small wins make you think, I'm close. I just need to try a bit harder. Many traders stay stuck in this stage for months, even a year, and a huge number blow up their accounts before they ever wake up. At this point, the real enemy is not the market. It's greed, fear, and blind hope inside you. That's why this is called unconscious incompetence. You're too new, too naive, and you don't yet understand how dangerous your actions really are. The question is, will you stop here or move on to stage 2? Stage 2, the system junkie, conscious incompetence. After taking enough hits in stage 1, you start to realize, I can't keep trading with an empty head like this. This is where you enter stage 2, conscious incompetence. You finally see that you are a baby deer in a forest of wolves. No real knowledge, no skill. And if you keep relying on emotion, you're guaranteed to lose. So you begin the hunt for the holy grail. You buy trading books and download ebooks, grind through forums, websites, groups, and chat rooms. Watch webinars and follow gurus and experts. Every day, you spend hours reading, learning, testing. You truly believe, if I can just find the right system, the perfect indicator, I'll beat the market. And you slowly become a system worshiper. You test moving averages, Fibonacci, support and resistance, pivots, fractals, divergences, RSI, MACD, ADX, and more. Your charts turn into a wall of lines and arrows, layers of colors, signals on top of signals. Every time you meet a new indicator or strategy, your heart speeds up. This must be it. This is the secret tool I've been looking for. But no tool is perfect. You keep hopping from one system to another. A new setup this week, another one next month, sometimes several changes in a single day. You never stick with a system long enough to truly test it or understand it. The pattern repeats, a few winning trades. This is the holy grail. A few losing trades. This system is garbage, next one. You start holding on to losing positions, convinced that, I'm right, the market will come back. You average down, you add more, and slowly sink deeper into the hole. When you see others making money consistently, you start to question everything. Are they lying? Is this entire market just a scam? But the problem isn't the market. The problem is you. At this stage, you're like a teenager going through puberty, curious, excited, but stubborn and full of ego. Experienced traders tell you, don't over-leverage, respect risk, stick to one system and give it time. You listen, but you don't really believe them. You think you're smarter, that you can find a shortcut. The price you pay, a lot of blown accounts. Disappointed with indicators and systems, you then turn to signal rooms and paid groups, hoping someone else will guide you. But your account still bleeds. 6 months pass, then a year, then 2 or 3 years. Many traders disappear here and never come back. But if you somehow still haven't quit, sooner or later, you'll run into a brutal truth. There is no holy grail. No indicator can save an undisciplined trader with the wrong mindset. And that's when the door to stage 3, the aha moment, finally begins to open. Stage 3, the aha moment and the survivor. After months or even years of frustration, you finally hit a turning point. You realize there is no secret formula, no magic robot, no perfect system. Everything you've been chasing was an illusion. Strangely, instead of collapsing, you feel relieved. Because alongside that realization, something even more powerful appears. The real edge doesn't come from tools, it comes from you. You begin to see the market differently. Even a simple moving average can be profitable if you have the right mindset, the right discipline, and proper risk management. You stop trying to predict tops and bottoms. You let go of the fantasy that you can know the future. You accept a new core truth. No one, not you, not me, not the best trader alive, can consistently predict exactly where the market will go. You stop trying to outsmart the market and start learning how to work with it. In this stage, you commit to one approach that fits you, take risk management seriously, start facing your trading psychology head on. You slowly become a true survivor. No more all-in hero trades. No more endless hope while holding a massive loss. No more blow-up, deposit, repeat cycles like a game. Your account might still not be skyrocketing yet. Sometimes it's just flat, sometimes slightly up and down. But underneath that, something important is happening. You're no longer trapped in emotional chaos. Stage 3 ends when you fully and deeply internalize. Trading is a game of probabilities, not a game of prediction. From here, you step into a new level. More discipline, more structure, more awareness of what you're doing. Stage 4. The professional trader, conscious competence. Stage 4 is like when you can already drive quite well. You still need to focus and pay attention, but you're no longer tense and panicked. In trading, this is when everything starts to become organized. You only take trades when your system gives a valid signal. Don't FOMO. Just because the market is moving, don't revenge trade after a loss. Losing trades are no longer disasters. They're just the cost of doing business. One losing trade doesn't mean I'm a bad trader. It's simply part of the game. You start to let your winners run longer, cut your losers faster, stop closing trades too early out of fear, and stop holding losers because of hope. You no longer obsess over each individual trade. Instead, you see a series of trades as one statistical sample. Some weeks are green, some are red, but your equity curve is no longer crashing. It starts to move sideways, then slowly upward, a strong signal that you're on the right path. You know, why you entered a trade, why you exited, why you won, and more importantly, why you lost. That clarity of thinking gives you a level of calm you never had before. Of course, stage 4 is not paradise. There are still days when you're tempted to break your rules just this once to try to make more. But the difference now is, you recognize it as a trap, and you're able to catch yourself. This stage can last from 6 months to several years. It's the period where you sharpen yourself, turning what you try to do into what you naturally do. When discipline, risk management, and emotional control become deep habits. You're ready for the final step: unconscious competence. Stage 5. Unconscious mastery. I am a trader, the capitalist. Think back to driving again. At the beginning, you have to think about every move. But once you're truly experienced, you just sit down, start the engine, and go. Stage 5 in trading feels exactly like that. You no longer have to constantly remind yourself. Be disciplined. Control your emotions. Follow the system. All of that has become part of who you are. Making 100 pips or $500 on a trade is no longer a shocking wow, I got lucky moment. It's simply the natural outcome of consistently doing the right things. You. Let winning trades run without excitement or fear. Cut losing trades quickly without hesitation. Don't let emotions interfere with execution. Your account grows steadily not because of one lucky all-in, but because of a series of correct habits repeated over and over again. At this stage, you're often no longer trading only for yourself. You may share your views, help others, and you start to notice something interesting. The questions new traders ask you today are the exact same questions you were wrestling with back in stage 1 and 2. You see your old self in them. This is also the point where you can calmly say, I am a trader. Not because of how much money you've made, but because you've mastered yourself in a game where most people fail. Trading has become boring in the best possible way. No more emotional roller coasters, no more wild swings between euphoria and despair. Just process, discipline, stability. And then you realize the ultimate goal of trading was never just money. It was freedom. Freedom of time. Freedom of emotion. Freedom from the endless loop of greed, fear, and blind hope. So, which stage are you in? We've just walked through the 5 stages on the journey to becoming a trader, the unconscious gambler. Trading blindly, thinking you control the market, the system junkie jumping from indicator to indicator, chasing a holy grail that doesn't exist. The aha moment and survivor. Realizing there is no holy grail, starting to understand probability, psychology, and risk. The professional trader, trading with structure and discipline, your account slowly stabilizing and improving. Unconscious mastery. Trading becomes a natural part of your life, and you truly master yourself in the process. The biggest lesson from this entire journey is, trading is not about predicting the market. Trading is about managing yourself. It doesn't matter whether you're in stage 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. What matters is that you see where you are, accept that stage, and don't quit just because things aren't perfect yet. Because for those who are patient enough to walk the entire path, what waits at the end isn't just money. It's the quiet confidence of being able to look in the mirror and say, I am a trader.